In the last session, we have seen about the protection against over voltage by using the rod gap arrestor. Now, the drawback in the rod gap arrestor was, so even after the surge is over, there is a possibility of the short circuiting due to the follow on current. Okay, so in today's session, we will be seeing about the horn gap arrestor. So, if you could see with respect to its circuitry, you are going to have two horns A and B. They are going to be porcelain, they are going to be insulated by using the porcelain. And here if you are going to see, the rod gap structure is arranged in such a way that as the gap, that is the gap increases as it progresses upward. And if you could see, in between you are going to have a small air gap in between the two horns of the horn gap, and on one side it is going to be connected to the earth. On the other side, it is going to be connected via a resistor and a choke coil, and then it is given to the apparatus to be protected. Okay, so what is the use of this series resistor being connected? So this series resistor is used to limit the follow on current to the smaller value. Follow on current is nothing but after the surge is over, even you have the current that is flowing through, which should be interrupted. Okay, so this resistor, it makes the current to flow to a very smaller value so that this current does not reach the apparatus and it does not cause any disturbances or transients in it, right? Now we will move on to your inductor. Inductor, it is nothing but the choke. It is arranged in such a way that it allows a small reactance at normal frequency. So at normal frequency, it is going to allow a small reactance, that is, it is going to make, under normal frequency it is not required to spark over. Okay, whereas under transient frequency or under over voltage condition, so this should offer a very high reactance, so that if you are going to check with respect to your choke coil, so this high reactance so will not allow any transients to enter into the apparatus, which has to be protected. Thus, this lightning arrestor, with the use of this choke, this lightning arrestor, with the help of this R and C, it is going to help the apparatus to get protected. And here if you are going to see the gap, how the distance between the gap is going to be arranged. Okay, so in the case of the previous one, we have seen wherever you are going to place your rod gap, you are going to place P less than 1/3 of the distance, so that it does not cause any flashover of the insulator, right? So here you are going to see the gaps are going to be arranged in such a way that under normal condition is a normal voltage condition, what you are going to apply under normal condition, so the energy will not be sufficient enough to cause a spark over of the gap. So in that way you are going to adjust the settings between the rod A and rod B. Now under normal condition, so under normal condition you have set the gap in such a way that the horns do not cause any arcing. Okay, because your lightning arrestor is going to behave the way of non-linear resistor. So under normal condition, the gap remains non-conducting, whereas under over voltage condition, what will happen when the over voltage strikes? It just sparks over. So whenever it is going to sparks over, what happens? Here the arc distance is rising, so the arc which is going to be heat which is going to be produced due to the arc, and the magnetic field which is going to be created due to the arc, so it makes the arc to rise up. So because of its inevident structure itself, as the arc rises up, so the arc gets extinguished because of the distance between the arc. So thus this is one of the advantage, that it is self clearing, that is the arc is self clearing. So whatever is the high voltage, that will get passed on to the earth. Okay, and the main advantage is that when compared to your rod gap, after the surge is over, what will happen there? So there will be a short circuiting, but here since the arc is extinguished and it follows a low resistance path to ground, so the arc is self extinguishing, right? The next thing, of course, the inclusion of the resistor, it limits the follow on current. When it limits the follow on current, of course my apparatus will be protected, because that is our objective. Now we will move on to your disadvantage. The disadvantage is that sometimes the bridging of the gap might occur due to the birds being sitting on it. So in that case, the arrestor itself will become useless. If at all over voltage occurs, then the short circuiting will occur and the gap will be and the arrestor will become useless. The second thing is the setting changes because everything is exposed to the atmosphere. In that case, there is a problem of corrosion or pitting. So because of this corrosion or pitting, whatever the distance between the rod A and rod B will change, and as a result, this will affect the performance of the circuitry or the lightning arrestor. The third thing is, so it operates with a time lag of 3 seconds. Okay, but lightning, you know, it just reaches the ground in the range of 0.005 seconds. So in this case, the lightning operator, the lightning arrestor, if it is going to be operating by 3 seconds, then it can be used only as a backup protection. It cannot be used as a primary protection due to its time lag. Okay, so with this I wind up the today's session. In the next session we will be learning about the multi-gap arrestor. Thank you.